All right, so we're going to do question.py. We're going to ask the user for something. This is what the end result would look like. At the moment, of course, we have nothing, nothing at all. So let's make the framework of what we want. We're going to import all of the Flask utilities and functions using from Flask import star, and then we're going to define our Flask app. Using this line here, this will make a new Flask application. I can then make a main page for this, so something to run when we visit the what's called the index, or just when I visit the main page. Maybe I'll call that main because it is the main page. And to keep it simple, I'm just going to return hello, just to check that things work. If I find this question.py, it's in a folder here called, where is it? There we go, question.py. So I'm going to change directory into that question.py folder. You can see I'm currently in there. Let's have a look what's inside here. Oh, there we go, we've got the question.py file and the templates folder. So let's run our Python script using Python 3. This won't actually do anything. Oh, or possibly even have an error. The problem that it had was, very far away. In run, cryptic. Well, that's okay. The problem was that I should have said app.root. This here is called a root, so you might have one where the user visits contact or about us. We're just making our main page. Silly little mistake. App.run actually goes at the bottom. App.run. We're going to pass an input. We're going to pass debug equals true. So this is one parameter to the app.run function that makes it automatically reload our page when we change it. Let's have a look if it worked. Yay, it worked. Excellent. Remember, always testing a little bit at a time and checking that things are working and that you understand what's going on. We don't just want to say a message, we want to have an input where the user can enter stuff. We want a proper HTML page. So let's render a template. I've got a file here called question.html. So I'm going to put question.html in here. And hopefully this will render the contents of this page. Currently it's empty. Let's just put some gibberish in there and save. And then refresh. Beautiful. So this main page will get question.html and send it to the client. We're going to need form because they have to enter some input and of course an input, something for them to type in. The type of this input is going to be text because they're going to enter their name, and we need to give it a name as well. They're entering their username, so let's do name equals username. Save. Beautiful. I have an input here. Its name is username. I can type text and it sends it. We're going to use what's called post so that we can send data to Flask. So we're going to say that the method we're going to use is post. The alternative is get, which we'll get into later. But this will send the data to the server. I also need to say what page I want to send it to. This is the user's username. Maybe I'll do it my send username. There we go. That's a nice name. If I try this again, all this gibberish at the end, let's get rid of it, go back to our main page. So if I try it again, Mr. Ranieri, enter. It's got an error, I couldn't find it. I was looking for send username, but I don't have anything for send username. I've just got something for the main page. So now let's make a route for send username. Something to do when a person visits this page, because they were sent here. It's useful to define your functions with the same name as the root. Maybe I'll return yo. If you ever refresh and things don't seem to be working, try going back to the main page, check the main page works, and if that doesn't work, it's probably because your server crashed. In our case, it crashed because there was an error as I was typing and saving. Let's just run it again. Oh, there we go. It's happy machine now. If you still get an error, obviously you're going to have to fix that before you move on. But ours is happy computer, Mr. Ranieri. It should send us to this page, and then it will say, yo. Method not allowed. If the page you're sending it to asks for is something that's been the user's being sent there, with information, you can say method equals post. Oops, sorry, methods. This means the allowable methods are a post. The user can come here with information that they've got to post to the server, that they've got to send to the server. Let's try again. Renary, enter, yo. Beautiful. Things seem to be working so far. It'd be nice to actually have access to this text that they typed, so we can say their name. If we go back, we see it was in a variable called, a field, I suppose, called username. So let's go up here. Let's print request. It's in the form, and we're going to get a thing called username. So that'll get the contents of the username field that they typed in. Hopefully, it should say the thing that they entered. If I go banana, it still returns yo. So it still sends yo back to the client. But I've used this print here as a kind of debugging tool. It'll end up being printed on the console. If you want to, you could have very easily done return, and then it would return it to the client instead. Now, I want to actually greet them, so instead, let's save this to a variable. Maybe I'll call this response, so that instead of returning to the client, we'll just save it temporarily. And now, I want to return the same template, but with some information. I want to return the template, but with, put this on a new line, so you can see it. I want to return this response variable to the web page. I want to have access to what the user said. I'd like to say, hello, your name is, and then I want to have access to that response variable that I've set, whatever they typed. So here I can say response equals response. This means make a Flask variable called response, and its value should be this thing here, their username. And now in here I can do response. I've got access to that. Let's have a look. So if I refresh and resubmit, then it seems to work. Often useful, again, as a debugging tool. Just go back to the main page, check that things seem to work. What is my name? Mr. Renary. Enter. Beautiful. Your name is Mr. Renary. So it seems to work. And this, combined with this, is how you make a page like that. Good luck in the challenge, and I'll see you in the next video.